Hello, pot of gold Labradoodle puppy families. This is your week 1 litter update. In today's video, we're going to find out if 5 of these petite Labradoodle puppies have reached that all-important first milestone of doubling their birth weight. We'll talk a little bit about why that actually matters. We'll give you a short update on Mama Labradoodle Posy and how she's doing. And we're going to talk about getting ready to welcome your Labradoodle puppy home. And we're also going to talk about Christmas and puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Doodles, and this is our pot of gold Australian Labradoodle puppy litter. And now we refer to these puppies as petites. And petites is not an official Australian Labradoodle term. That's the one we have coined because the breed standard does not allow to distinguish very well between each of the sizes. There's such a large range in mini that it's very difficult to comprehend a mini who's at the bottom of that range and a mini who is at the top of that range. They are, in my opinion, different sizes and should be categorized as such. So that's why we call our mini Labradoodles who are at the middle to the bottom of the range as petites, and our minis who are at the middle of the range up to the top as minis, just to try and make it a little bit easier for you. Now these guys are all doing splendidly. You have probably enjoyed on our Facebook page seeing pictures of them in that classic Labradoodle pose of being upside down. And we had a lot of fun with pictures of Purple Collar Girl because she just was completely upside down with her legs all akimbo and her lovely round full tummy all poofed out for everybody to enjoy seeing. She is often upside down, this little girl. And when I just came in now, Blue Collar Boy here was also upside down in that classic pose. So the reason why Labradoodles do that is, first of all, the puppies do that because they're very trusting. They're completely secure in their environment. And that's exactly what we want to see. We want our puppies to be calm. We want them to start off feeling relaxed right from day one. And that originates with Mama. And all of how we do things at Isle Doodles, from the way we have our maternity ward set up to the way our entire home is set up, is designed to help our puppies develop into lovely, calm, balanced, even individuals. Now, Mama Posy here, you can see she has a little bit of dirt on her face, I see. She just came in from outside, so it has been raining, as it does here on Vancouver Island, quite a lot in the winter, and she must have been snuffling around on the ground there. Now, you'll find some breeders feel like, oh my goodness, she shouldn't be anywhere near the puppies if she has dirt on her face or if she has any dirt on her paws. I'm just trying to see if she has some. She has a little bit of rainy mud on her paws here. And I think entirely opposite to that. This is a natural environment. This is what is natural and normal for dogs. It's not natural and normal for dogs to be raised in a controlled temperature, in a controlled environment. And if we take away everything that's natural, we're not really doing them a service, I don't feel. I want these dogs to be able to develop their immunity by being exposed carefully and cautiously to what they would be normally were they not being raised by people and what they're going to experience when they get older. So we do limit where Posy can go. We do not let her go out in the back of our acreage where there is a lot of deer, sometimes bears, sometimes cougar, and always a million rabbits and a lot of quail. We try to avoid that area for at least the first 4 weeks of the puppy's lives. Instead, we have her out in the front of our property, which of course there is still going to be wildlife going through, but the deer and the rabbits and everything else tend to prefer the back of the property, as that is the more wild, natural part, whereas the front is where our road is and where the other houses' driveways are. So we don't have quite the concentration there. So there's less likelihood of there being a problem. And what is the problem? Well, the problem is usually coccidia, which comes from rabbits more than anything else. Dogs love to eat rabbit poop. It is a delicacy for them. And while adult dogs can manage coccidia with no issue, coccidia can cause a lot of problems for puppies. They will, if they're exposed to it too much, they'll try really hard to die. Usually, if we catch it right away, we can save them. However, we don't want the puppies to be sick at all, if at all possible. So we do what we can to avoid that. And at the same time, we do expose them to some of these environmental things so that they build up their own immunity more naturally. So that's why I don't fuss too much if Posy has a little bit of dirt on her. I'll clean off her mustache after we're finished the video, but I'm certainly not going to stop her from interacting with her puppies just because she has a little bit of natural dirt on her face. Now, what should you be doing this week as prospective parents for this litter? Well, this is when you're going to start wanting to think about how you're going to set things up at home. Now, we're almost at Christmas. The holidays are here. There's a lot going on. People are busy socializing. So you're probably not going to be too focused on this right now. But while you're celebrating the holidays, it's a great opportunity. The kids are home from school. You're off work. You have a little bit of time. So see if you can't carve out a period of time with your family and sit down together and go, all right, how are we going to work things in the house? The most important thing to figure out is what door is the puppy going to use to go to the bathroom. House training is always the #1 issue on families' minds. You want to have a door that's central, you want to have a door that's easy for the puppy to access, and you want to have a door that's easy for everyone to open and close. Especially if you have children who are going to be taking your puppy out, you want to be sure that that's a door that they don't have to struggle with and undo multiple locks to get through. If you're living in a condo, it's probably going to be a fairly simple decision. It's probably going to be the door out to your balcony. So from that, you want to figure out how you're going to be setting everything else up. Where's your X-pen going to go so that your puppy is contained while you're busy doing other things, or when your puppy needs time out, away from the kids, away from you even, particularly in the evenings when they're having their evening rest and you want to be probably as a family sitting and watching TV, you may then want to have the puppy in an X-pen as well as on your lap from time to time. Puppy is going to need some time away from you. And then you're also going to want to think about, are you going to have dog-free zones? If you have young children and you're not entirely convinced that you can depend on them to always remember to pick everything up, it's best if that becomes a dog-free zone. If their rooms are their rooms and the puppy doesn't go in there initially. So you'll want to start working with your kids, getting them to become in the habit of closing the door. And you want to get in the habit of closing the door to any rooms where you don't want the puppy to be. Maybe it's your bedroom during the day, maybe it's the bathroom. You also want to consider getting baby gates to block off stairs, anything like that. I'm a quilter, so I always have my quilting room blocked off from the puppies. And here you can see Blue Color. He is giving us a little demonstration of that upside down Australian Labradoodle pose that they like so much. He fell over though. He was just a little bit too round to stay like that. And the other really fun thing you can start doing now is thinking of a name for your puppy. Now, this is a lot of fun to do with your family. Make sure it is fun and is not an argument. So when you look at each of these puppies here, any one of these puppies is quite likely to be going home with you. So you might think, oh, if it's Pink Collar Girl here, let's take a look at her. And oh, wouldn't a great name for her be Coal, let's say, or Tar. And oh, here is Purple Collar Girl, and she's red, and so is Red Collar Girl. So maybe we call them Rosie. And then we've got Black Collar Girl here. Maybe we call her Snowflake. Those are all just names I'm just making up based on their colors. But take the time, look at the puppies individually, and start thinking of names. What you want to avoid is names that are really common. So look up on Google to find out what the popular girl and boy dog names are and try to avoid those. Because if you use a name, and I'll just pick one out of the air, which is say Bailey, which is very popular, and you're out in the park and you go, "Hey Bailey, come on, let's go." You're going to have a whole lot of dogs coming when you only want your own dog. Your own dog also will learn when there's multiple dogs responding to that name, they won't figure out that that's them. So our dogs, if I look at my group of dogs and I say Spirit, Ripple doesn't look at me, Peanut doesn't look at me, Posy doesn't look at me. They all know their own names and they don't bother paying me much attention when I am just addressing one dog by their name. Posy is a really good name. It's short, it's cute, it's unique, it's easy to remember, it's easy to spell, and it has lots of ways to shorten it. So I call her Popo. It's not really shorter than Posy, but it is a little bit of a form of endearment. So if I go, "Oh, Popo," I said, "Popo's a good girl." She knows that she's getting lots of love from mommy. Whereas if she's doing something that I want to specifically draw her attention to, I can say, "Posy." And see, I get a totally different response. She's giving me a little bit of a, "Oh, what did I do?" "It's okay, baby. Just doing demonstrations." "Good girl, Popo." Same as your tone of voice. So you want to think of all of those things, and especially you want to have one that's easy for your children to say and easy for your vet clinic to remember. Now, if you're one of the families on this litter list, you will be receiving a video in a few days that gives you far more information and tips for setting up your house and getting ready to welcome your puppy. And just before we go on, if you're enjoying our videos and you like our content, please take a moment to comment. It really helps us with the algorithm and we appreciate it so much. Plus, we love to interact with you. If you don't have time to leave us a comment, a thumbs up would be much appreciated as well. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you're notified every time a new video comes out. Now, let's talk about the puppies. So what have they been doing? Eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping, eating, sleeping. They are doing their job fabulously. A puppy's job for the first 3 weeks is really eat, sleep, and grow. That's all that they are tasked with doing. And these little Labradoodle puppies are excelling at this. Now, the first milestone we look for with our puppies is if they have doubled their birth weight in the first week, and first week to 10 days. So why is that important? Well, the weight of the puppies is how we can gauge how things are going with them better than any other way. So when we're checking the puppies each day, we're in here multiple times checking them, but when we do our actual let's write it down checking, what we're doing is we're taking the puppy and we're first of all always going to let the puppy know that we're about to handle them so that they're prepared for that and we're not startling them. So we take the puppy, and Posy might want to do some investigation too. We just do a good visual check. We take a look at them, make sure everything looks good on their eyes, there's no crustiness, their ears are clean and clear, and then we flip them over gently, support them, and then we check their bums. It's very important that puppies have clean and dry bums, and Posy's going to make sure that she's got Mr. Blue Collar all cleaned up here. Now, puppies can't go to the bathroom by themselves, so that's what Posy is doing right here. She's licking him and stimulating him to go. And although it seems really gross to people, mama dogs consume all of a dog's waste when they are puppies. Now, this is a natural thing. First of all, if they're going to lick them to go, it's kind of hard not to consume it. But they also do this so there's no scent of their puppies. And that is instinctive in order to not have any predators knowing that the puppies are around. So she does that. She also cleans their faces. She keeps their eyes clear, and she will clean if one of them happened to poop on the other, then she would clean that up off of her puppies as well. So Posy's doing a great job. She keeps her bed nice and clean. The puppies are always very pristine. So after we've done that check of them, then we weigh them. Because sometimes we'll have a puppy that doesn't gain weight. And if they're not gaining weight, then we know, what's going on? So for instance, in this litter, we have little red collar girl. She is sleeping beside black collar boy, and I think that today, I just have to double check here. Okay, so blue collar is the biggest puppy this week, and red collar is the smallest puppy this week. So you can see red collar here beside blue collar rather, and you can see she's considerably smaller than he is. So it would be natural that she might be getting bumped off of spots at the milk bar, or she might not even be able to make her way up to the milk bar if these four are kind of hogging it all. That's a lot of heft for a little tiny girl like her to try and move out of the way. Now, small puppies are usually very clever, very resourceful. They problem solve well. They figure out how to burrow underneath their litter mates, how to come in from a different side and get access to the milk bar. But if we have a puppy who hasn't figured that out, then that's how we're going to know when we weigh them and we go, oh, look at that, they haven't gained much weight, or even if they've lost weight. So then we know then it's up to us. We have to come in and we have to do some rearranging at the milk bar. That's not what we like to do. We like it all to happen naturally. We try to interfere as little as possible. The best chance for success for everyone, and the best chance for a puppy who learns how to be creative and problem solve and deal with challenges, is to leave them right from the get-go. However, we obviously are not going to let them perish. We're going to come in and make sure that everything is going all right if there is any issues. But that's why it's critical to weigh your puppies at least once a day for the first 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, they're fine, they're up, they're on their own, they're doing well, and then we don't weigh them other than once a week. So Posy's just having a moment to give Mommy a hug. Posy is a very affectionate girl. She is just the sweetest girl. Sharing motherhood with her is just the loveliest experience. I really appreciate her. She's very, very cuddly. The only thing that is a bit of a pain when you have a cuddly girl like this is she still wants me to come in and feed her by hand all the time, just because she likes to have the company and the attention. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter that much because I like to be in here with Posy anyways. So should we let everybody know what the puppies weigh now? Now, I can tell you that every single one of these puppies has met their milestone of doubling their birth weight, and they did it before today. So they did it before they were even a week old. So way to go, Posy. Yay! What a beautiful milk bar you have. So we'll go through the puppies in order here, and then I want everybody to guess which puppy has gained the most in the first week. And you can post your answers in the comments on this YouTube video, and let's see if we can figure out who it is without me telling you anything other than their weights. So Pink Collar Girl is our firstborn girl. Yeah, I go see the puppies now, not you. Oh, no, I know. We should just talk to you. Posy thinks the video should only be about her. Let's see Pink Collar Girl, okay? Pink Collar Girl here is our little black and tan phantom who looks a lot like Papa Booey, except for she doesn't have the white that he does. She is just this gorgeous, gorgeous, gleaming ebony color. She is so shiny, and that's in part to all the wonderful nutrition that is coming out of Posy's milk bar. Now, Pink Collar Girl, you gonna find a spot there, Mama? Hey, there we go. Pink Collar Girl is now 389 grams. And I just love that little smidge of white there in her little goatee. Yes, that's your baby. Yes. You're gonna hide all the other ones? Everybody would like to see your baby, sweetheart. All right, we'll just adjust you a tiny bit here. Next is Red Collar, our little tiny one, who I've already said is the smallest puppy in the litter. Now, Red Collar, we weren't sure, was she a caramel or was she a red dog? So I can tell you now that this girl is going to be a caramel, because I can see there on her foot pads that they're coming in, I believe, brown. And I can also see she has caramel colored nose, a rose nose. So that means she is a red caramel. This little girl is a Posy clone. She is going to look just like her mama when she grows up, and Posy was the smallest in her litter, and Red Collar Girl is the smallest in hers. But guess what? She's up to 331 grams. Just doing fabulously. She does not need us to come and help her find her way to the milk bar. Next is Black Collar Girl. This is our, careful, Popo. Mommy's getting the puppy there. Just hang on. There we go, Popo. Thank you. This little girl, oh my goodness, she's just a doll. This is our Extreme Caramel Party, and you can see her caramel color is coming in stronger and stronger. And I said she had only one eye patch, but now we can see there's caramel on the just a smidge at the corner of her eye there. Oh, I just think she is the most pretty girl. She's just going to be absolutely stunning when she grows up. She also has a little hint of caramel on her lips here. So I expect as she gets older, we're going to see some color coming in there too. Miss Black Collar Girl is 468 grams. So she's just chugging along really well too. Oh no, I think we've got somebody at the milk bar that I need to do their weight for. That's Blue Collar Boy, who's there nursing away. I'm not going to pick him up. I really don't like to disturb them when they're nursing. So Blue Collar Boy, we had a look at earlier. He is also a black phantom like his Papa Booey. Also, just like Pink, this gleaming ebony coat. And Blue Collar is our biggest puppy, as I mentioned. 514 grams. So he is over a pound. Actually, Black Collar, Purple Collar, and Blue Collar are all over a pound now. And last but not least, we have our little Facebook star. I hope you enjoyed the reel, and I hope you really enjoyed the pictures that we posted on Facebook of this little girl. Oh my goodness, a character and a half. Now this little beauty queen, she is 484 grams, and she is a red. And we can tell that because you can see her nose is coming in and it's black. And you can also see on the pads of her feet that they are black too. And if you were following along with the comments on our Facebook page, you will see that Posy's guardian mom, Shelly, noticed right away in the picture of Miss Red when she was all upside down. She said, "Ooh, are those some black pads? Do we have a red girl?" And she was bang on. That's exactly right. So we really have a true rainbow litter here. The only thing we don't have in this group is a chocolate puppy, but we have caramel, we have red, and we have ebony, we have phantom, we have party, and we have tuxedo, and purple might be a solid. And you can hear Black Collar Boy there, Black Collar Girl, sorry. She's making a fuss because she couldn't get underneath her brother Blue Collar Boy there to get at the faucet. And now you can see she's going great guns. So you can tell one thing here about the puppies that's changed from our birth announcement video. Look how strong they are now. They've got lots of strength to push themselves up, hold themselves up. Red Collar Girl's up on the top level of the milk bar, no problem. And looking at her pulling away there, these are robust puppies. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been so much fun with these puppies. Now for their week 2 video, that is actually they will turn 2 weeks old on Christmas Day. Now, Reynold is going away to visit his family in Calgary for Christmas, so I don't have a cameraman. So our week 2 video is going to come a little bit differently. What I'll do, because I'll be here, is I will do a Facebook or an iPhone video. It'll just be a short one. I will post it to the YouTube channel, but it won't be our fully involved post. Now, week 2, what we're going to be looking for the milestone is, do the puppies have their eyes open? If they have their eyes open, I'll wait till Taylor comes on the 27th, and I'll have her help me, and we'll take some pictures and show you the puppies with their eyes open. So we'll just have a little bit of a delay there due to the holidays. I hope everybody will be understanding of that. And as we are getting close to the holidays, we want to wish everybody a really happy holiday season. I hope you really enjoy your time off, and looking forward to your new Australian Labradoodle puppy in 2024. Thanks so much for watching.